All right, this week we are talking about list building, and list building opens the door to many different opportunities, and there's a lot that goes into list building. So this will be a fun and informative lesson today. So we start out with the word lead capture. What does that mean? We've heard, if you've been in business for yourself at all, you've heard the saying, the money's in your list and the fortune's in your follow-up. Well, what does that mean? What truly does that mean? Well, list building is building the people that are following you. And typically, and especially in today's day and age, especially if you're marketing online, that list building is usually related to the size, the list that you build of the number of people that are following you. You're in through email, where you're collecting their name and email address at the minimum. Some of us will collect a lot more information, but typically it's getting name and email so that you have them in a system where whatever you're doing with your lead capture, with your opt-in forms, with your lead pages, all these different things, that you're attracting the right kind of clients to where you can continue the message on as you go on, so that you build your list, you continue to build your list, but then you also make sure that you follow up with that list. So here's a couple of samples of calls to actions. You see the one that I have on my website. I have one that I'm working on right now that I will be showcasing in a couple of weeks as soon as I can get it done. But this is a call to action. You're asking for their name and their email address and hit subscribe. And this one is for my journey, authorpreneur's journey. The other one is a little bit different. That's saying, are you leaving so soon? Stay connected. And so you just put your email address. They're only asking for an email address, not even a name. So typically you'll see these kind of boxes on websites. They're asked for subscribe now, download my ebook, click here, sign up for a webinar, call now, attend this event. So it can be used in a lot of different ways. Here's a couple of more samples. Enter your email below for exclusive access to, and all they're asking for is an email address. There's a lot of different thoughts on this. I typically like to ask for a name so I can personalize them. A lot of systems will let you personalize, saying, "Hey, hi Becky, this is this is from me," something on that order. And all of our emails, the emails that you have received on our class, are done in an automated system as well. And it has the feel because it says, "Hi Becky." That's why I always ask at least for the first name. I don't typically ask for the last name, but at least the first name. So you see the different things that people are doing. Prevention use click here. So they're using animated graphics. Many of them don't even using graphics is a really cool way to kind of catch their attention. Some use just words, but either which way, these are calls to actions, and there's many varieties on what you can use. So some of the musts for your call to actions is they need to be eye-catching. You want to catch their attention. They got to be able to see it. Your copy or the words that you use are actionable verbs that catch people's attention, and there's something that's of value to them, some reason that you're portraying to them that will get them to want to subscribe to your newsletter or opt in for whatever reason whatever thing that you're offering on the backside. The most effective calls to action is when people are taken to a dedicated landing page. Here's a new term, landing page, after they click on your call to action. A landing page is kind of a one-page, standalone website that gives much more details, and it can be like even a sales letter type of thing. And that's talking a little more in depth about maybe the free download of your ebook, or whatever else that you're offering. But a call to action can and should be created with specific stages of a sales cycle in mind. So the initial offer may be just on your website, just subscribe for our newsletter, subscribe for this free report. But then if you're doing much more extensive marketing, like maybe using Facebook ads or different other things, you want to have a sales landing page. Here's an interesting one. As I'm looking at it, it probably could have stood out a little bit more. This is done by Gumroad, and here is saying, get a free case study, learn to sell smarter, and it asks for their email address. And then it has extra little bits of information. For instance, Gumroad has given me a great leap forward towards realizing my goal of earning 50% of my salary each year from commissions and 50% from product sales. So Gumroad is kind of an affiliate marketing type of thing. And then they give a little extra detail, but that's another example. So lead pages, this is kind of an audience building campaign, and a lead page, the campaign is very simple. The purpose behind it is very simple because you're trying to sell. Before you try to sell to anyone, you want to know. They need to know that you exist and that you've got a lot of value to offer. And there's amazing ways to do it with really good content. But so suppose you're promoting your blog, the wonderful content you have on your blog. You want to build a dedicated landing page to tell folks that they can opt into your subscriber list and receive your blog content regularly and updates. And I have just been putting, as you know, I've been just starting out with my new website, new everything. I have just built, I'm using a system called Active Campaign that allows, when somebody subscribes, it puts them into the system that gets once a week all the blog content that it sends an email. Actually takes the blog content off of my blog, puts it into that system as an email, and so once a week they get the links, little blurbs about what that week, or whatever the blogs were for the week, which is more than one. There's typically 3 to 4 that I do. Takes that and puts it into an email so that they're not having to go to your website and get it. It actually, they click on it and leads to your website. So that's really cool. So here's another example of a kind of a lead page, 10 best practices, and they have the graphics and they have key tools, gives people a reason to want to opt in. So there's, as you can see, there's different ways to do this. This is another one of a lead page. It's about this, it's about this, her book. It's telling a little bit about the ebook, saying get your free copy, and adding in about the author. Sorry for my dog barking in the background. Here's another example. Is it's so many different ways you can do your lead pages, and they're so valuable because you can do so much to add content and give them a reason for them to want to opt in. So this is also, lead pages can also be used to get them to join your webinar, to attend maybe an online event that you're doing, or even speaking somewhere. Some cool ways to use lead pages. Here's another one. It's for organic groceries in California, but you see how clever they were as far as how they used this lead page. It very much told them who they are, what they do, but they also got their first name, last name, email, and postal code so that they knew how to redirect their offers. So your action strategies would be to keep your call to action highly visible, make them simple and clear, add a sense of urgency, always push the benefits over features, and then really, really plan your path to conversions and test. A lot of systems, like the one I use, they allow what's called A/B testing. So you can test on the size of the fonts and the design, the color, the words, the pictures, the images that you use. So always make sure that what you want them to do is to subscribe, and give them a reason that they want to do that, and make sure that they understand how to do that. And then think about what is your call to action. So we can develop this as we go along. This is a huge piece, sometimes a little bit hard to get our minds wrapped around, but this will be a really cool strategy that you can use that will help you to start building your list and know that the fortune is in the follow-up. Michael Hyatt is an excellent internet marketer, and he said, and this is speaking about his email list, and he has 115,000 people on his email list. I have literally built a multi-million-dollar business on the strength of my email list. 90% of my income comes from it. Even today, my email list is still my #1 business priority and asset. Douglas Carr on Marketing Tech blog, he has a list of over 100,000. He says, without a doubt, our email list is the best investment we've ever made. And all of you should subscribe to Social Media Examiner. He says, email is the most important channel for you to cultivate. There's one other school of thought when you think about this, and this is that your blog content can help you to build a massive email list, and if you do your blogging correctly, it can get them to grow onto your email list. This is the thought, is that you don't want a huge list, you want an engaged list. The gold isn't in the list as much as it is in the engagement of the list. In other words, while we say the fortune's in the follow-up and the money's in the list, you have to work very hard in your messaging to get them to engage. You want them to click the links. You want them to be involved. You want them to continue to download your free reports, to purchase your book, to do all the things, the products that you build afterwards. That's where the key to success is. So this is the end of this slide, but give a lot of thought to this. If you need help, reach out to me for a one-to-one. And thank you.